Alright, what's good, YouTube? Back with another video, man. Today I'm gonna be going online and doing I'm gonna do a challenge with the Miami Dolphins. Now, we all know the Dolphins is the worst team in the game. So, we're gonna see if we can get a dub today. Whew. That's bad. Alright. Give me... Denver. And... yeah. Okay. Alright, y'all, let's get started. How everybody doing, man? That virus out here ain't no joke. I'm new to this YouTube thing. I don't really expect much out of it. I just do it for fun. But hopefully I could grow a fan base one day. Never know. One thing about me is I'm a big football fan.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Let's get to this action.
A short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football.
Yeah, one more thing, by the way, I am a 49ers fan, but we going against them today. We gotta prove something using a bad team. If this guy ever picks his play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard.
Alright, let's definitely gotta go to the death chart real quick. Okay. There we go. I think that was good. Come on, guy. You're just gonna wait right here for him. Depending on how we do in this video, guys, I may or may not do other challenges. Alright, here we go.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And some room to work. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. They run it with Balaj. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run here with Balaj. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Fitzpatrick. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Balaj. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Caught by Wilson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity. Strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
I should have spent right there, guys.
A pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Whoa.
2nd down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Okay,
well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Because a lot of teams like those long
My bad,
drives,
guys.
especially to keep
Have
their
to
offense off the
send a
field,
little
right?
text
Keep the ball away
message.
from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point up and good by Sanders.
Right.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Oh, I need one more thing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision
One thing about the Dolphins, they have a piece in the secondary. Like, they have 2 decent corners, and hold on. Like, yeah, I didn't know they had a key to leave here. What do you got? There he is. Yeah.
Taken down right at the 20.
I want some of that cover 3.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
Oh, that's a drop. Let's go.
Incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they
Keep
had
to
connected.
lead.
Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Good defense.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play
That was
downfield.
a bad
And that'll be
pass.
incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. Back deep is Trevor Davis. Taken in at the 22.
Get that yardage.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Miami! Mike 54! I'm here all day.
On 1st down, Laird. And he's got room. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and
I'm
10.
gonna see if we can make this guy quit.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick.
Drop it.
And he rifles one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame,
This guy has a good defense. I don't know why he's not using it to his advantage.
Making plays on the football, hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line.
I might have another game for you guys. I'm going to be playing one of my friends.
That play got bottled up.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
On 2nd and 12.
Bad pass by me.
And this one's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for
So from the looks of it, this guy's not really a user player.
Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick.
Oh.
He's gonna go down.
He plays on the D-line, I guess.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's the pass.
No good. And this score will stay right
We're all
where it
good.
is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball
This
just
guy
doesn't want to
doesn't
go
have
where you
any
want it.
offensive
And
play.
this one winds up no good.
By the way, I do play anyone, so comment down below if you want to play me. PS4, send me your gamer tag, you know. Good pass.
And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Get wide. Check 99. Check 99.
On play action, now Garoppolo going up top.
Oh,
Inside the 5.
good pass.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Okay.
Marquise Goodwin, 38 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, then he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Hey, I'm on 3.
From the 45 on second down, Fitzpatrick over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and it's third down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 45 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts.
Here we go.
As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
As you guys can see, I am struggling. But we're going to try to attempt a comeback right here. I made a few mistakes on the defense, but we're going to bounce it back.
30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially give me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
See, now I know what he's going to do. He wants to hit Marquise Goodwin on that deep play.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well.
Now I'm going to try to prepare for it.
In the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Then it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
I'm going to run cover 4.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin.
That's mine.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
See, I knew he was going to go back to
Possession
that.
of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed.
I love playing guys who like to repeat plays. It gives me time to read it.
And running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And a tackle there by Quan Alexander. On 2nd and 7, Fitzpatrick. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks. And the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
They're able to locate Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. They'll run on first down. Laird, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Balaj. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45.
My mistake. That was a huge mistake right there.
On a route like this, he tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late,
Playing with the Dolphins is a little frustrating because they don't really have any key pieces on this team.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo.
I need that.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they take
Man, they are giving us so many chances to come back, but it's like really hard with this offense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So
we got to take advantage of this.
After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. And this is Parker, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mike 20! Mike 5-4.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I should have passed it to my running back. Bad play by me.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And he slings one that's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. But now it'll be 3rd down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. You got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
We're going to keep playing deep.
Take over deep in their own
because obviously
territory.
this guy is just throwing a bunch of interceptions.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Play action, Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep. He's
Wow.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 63 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So
yeah, guys, looks like we're going to take the L on this one.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down, Fitzpatrick. So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Nick Bosa. And now, boy, the
well,
ball's
guys,
go
we took
over
the L on that one.
Inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position.
Rush in. 11. No, no, no. Go, 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 go.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 7-yard touchdown grab. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end.
He still broke through. Oh, my God.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts.
I literally just double-teamed the guy.
They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do.
56. Hey, here we go. Check 43. Sit. 56, the mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Let's go, baby.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rashad Jones.
This kid is not good. We just had a bad team this time.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging it.
Oh, wow. Tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander.
Yeah, guys, took the L on that one. Pretty bad L.
So from the
I tried to do a challenge with the Dolphins. They're not a bad team. They just need some more offensive players. Their defense is decent. We just need some linebackers and linemen.
After the INT on the last drive. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. There goes a deep ball. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones.
This kid is not good. He literally beat me with the same play over and over. And if I would have caught on to it early, I probably could have won this game, but I didn't catch on. So he got this one.
Because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost.
GG, I took the L.
Make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
It's cool,
Meanwhile,
though.
They take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So the victory here for San Francisco, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory.
Well, guys, there you have it, my online play. Thank you. Next time I do this, I'll try to get a dub for us. But next time I will be using a better team than the Dolphins. That was really just a challenge. I already knew I was going to lose that because, you know, Dolphins offense. But that's not really an excuse. If I'm really a good Madden player, I could have won that. Not a great Madden player, but I'm alright. So, you know, I'm decent enough to win games like that against people like that who use the same play over and over. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I might drop another video, it depends. But yeah, Beast Boy Von out.